संकीर्तन की, श्री श्री गोपाल देव की, श्री पंचतत्व भगवान की, पतित पावन श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, गौर भक्त वृंद की, ताई गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल. So we can open Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 5, verse number 6. The activities of Sakshi Gopal, no? Chapter open. Yes. Sir, take me. We'll chant few verses which is related to this beautiful place from the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Prema Vesha Nitya Gita Koiloka Dakshana Prema Vesha Nitya Gita Koiloka Dakshana Avista Haila Kaila Gopala Satmana Avista Haila Kaila Gopala Satmana Sei Ratri ताहन कही भक्त गण संगे से रात्रि ताहन रही भक्त गण संगे गोपालेर पूर्व कथा शुने बहुरंगी गोपालेर पूर्व कथा शुने बहुरंगी नित्यानंद गोसाइबे तीर्थ ब्रह्मीला नित्यानंद गोसाइबे तीर्थ ब्रह्मीला साक्षी गोपाल देखी बारे कटक आइला साक्षी गोपाल देखी बारे कटक आइला साक्षी गोपालेर कथा शुनि लोक मुखे साक्षी गोपालेर कथा शुनि लोक मुखे से कथा कहे न प्रभु शुने महासुखे शुने महासुखे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna. So these are some beautiful verses from the Chaitanya Charitamrita, which actually directly mentions about this place. And this is one of the places where, actually it's not the place, it was near Cuttack. The temple was shifted here. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed there. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed there. So this is, I'll just read the translation. While there, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu engaged in chanting and dancing for some time, and being overwhelmed, he offered many prayers to Gopal. That night, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed in the temple of Gopal, and along with all the devotees, he heard the narration of the witness Gopal with great pleasure. Previously, when Nityananda Prabhu had toured all over India to see different places of pilgrim, he also had come to see Sakshi Gopal at Cuttack. At the time, Nityananda Prabhu had heard the story of Sakshi Gopal from the town people. He now recited this again, and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard the narrations with great pleasure. So this is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu he took darshan of this beautiful deity of Gopal. And Nityananda Prabhu, before meeting Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Nityananda, he actually had traveled all over the country and visited all the holy places. So during his visit, Lord Nityananda Prabhu had come here. And after coming here, he stayed overnight and he heard the story of Gopal, how he become Sakshi Gopal. Some of the historians, they say that the deity of Gopal was installed by King Vajranabh, the great grandson of Lord Krishna in Vrindavan. So the story goes like this from the Chaitanya Charitamrita. There were two Brahmanas in a village in South India called Vidyanagari. And these two Brahmanas, one was very elderly and another was a very very young boy. Could be mids of 20s or 10, like 15, 20 years. So now it was a culture, around 150 years ago that whenever one would get old or whenever one would be little free with his household affairs, or especially brahmacharis who would be under the guru, it was the culture, very inbound culture, that they would just, whenever they are free, they would go to see various holy places and be absorbed in the journey of going towards that place and come back with ecstasy, with some prasadam of that place. I still remember, I come from a village in South India, my parents come from a village. So in the summer vacations or in the Diwali vacations, when we would go to the village, so anyone who would come from Tirupati, like our place was like Tirupati would be like the hub of our spiritual practice in South India, many places, especially in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. So in those villages, anyone who would, can't hear? They cannot hear. Maybe we can put the speaker there. So whenever whenever they would hear, I was just telling that whenever they would hear a person has come from Tirupati, so the villagers would visit that place, the house of that person, and touch the feet. I don't know how many of you have seen this. I personally saw that. Maybe in Maharashtra, if someone comes from Pandharpur, that happens. Anyone would come from a holy place, so other members of the family would come take the dust, because they would think that because he has traveled from the holy place, maybe he has got some dust where the Lord performed his pastimes, where his great devotees walked around and lived around. So that was the culture. So this elder Brahmana and the younger Brahmana, they actually went from South India, they went for a parikrama. They went to various places. First they went towards Kashi, and they also went to Gaya, and then later on it is mentioned in the Chaitanya Charitamrita that they reached Vrindavan. And they took the darshan of all the 12 forests of Vrindavan. They went to Gokul, they went to Nandagaon, they went to Kamyavan, they went to Barsana, they did the parikrama of Govardhan. In this way, they were all absorbed. And finally they went to Vrindavan, proper Vrindavan, where all the Goswami temples are there. Where we have our ISKCON temple in Vrindavan and all the Goswamis, where Nidhivan, Seva Kunj is there. It is said that that is a very prominent Rasa Sthali, very, very secret and very prominent place of the meeting of Radha and Krishna for Rasa Leela. So they went there and took darshans. So now it is said that there are around more than 12 deities installed by Vajranabh. Govind Dev Ji and Gopal deity, then many other deities are there, Haridev and Baldev in Dauji, Baladev deity. Like that there are many deities installed. So this younger Brahmana, who was not very much educated, coming from a very poor and a very simple background. Is there an echo? Hare Krishna. Echo is there? So, the younger Brahmana was coming from a very simple family, not very from an educated background, and the elderly Brahmana was from a very aristocratic Brahmin family, rich, very well known in Vidyanagari, very well known. But this Brahmana, he served the elder Brahmana with so much of devotion, like one serves not only a elder member, but one who serves his own family member. With great devotion, he served the family, the elder Brahmana. So they reached the temple of Gopal in Vrindavan, which is the deity where we are now taking darshan. So the elder Brahmana was so pleased with this younger Brahmana that they took darshan of the Gopal deity and they stayed overnight there. And out of affection and out of love towards him, the elder Brahmana told him that he told it something which is very unheard generally in any yatra. He told him that I'm so pleased with you that I would like to make you my son-in-law. You never hear this, anything happen in yatra. Very unusual. He said, I would like you to accept my daughter. I would like to accept my daughter. I would like you to accept my daughter. Now, in the today's modern civilization, accepting a daughter means a very, those who come from small towns or those who are, married 25 years ago, 20 years ago, they understand these things, that if one family is ready to accept the daughter of another family as a daughter-in-law, that becomes a very big event of the life of the daughter's family. Both the side, in fact, but more for the life of daughter's family, because now the daughter has to go to someone else's house and completely adopt a different life, different people. She's lived with someone, a group of members in the family for 25 years, 20 years, 18 years, and suddenly, so that's why with utmost care and affection, the marriage ceremony happens. You've seen that in the marriage, it says one marriage ceremony decides another 2-3 marriages, because everyone comes, ye kiski beti hai, ye kiska beta hai. You've seen that, So that is one thing, but also there is a pride, ladke wale, ladki wale. Those who have got married, they must have seen, If there's a boys, if there is a seat in the front, they'll ask you, aap kisse side se ho? Bole, ye ladke walon ke main guest hain. They will immediately go in the back seat. You've seen that? They immediately go in the back seat. So now, when he told this, the elder Brahmana told this to the younger Brahmana that I want you to accept my daughter as your wife, and I want you make you my son-in-law. So the younger Brahmana immediately refused. He said, what are you talking, my dear sir? I am just a poor Brahmana and you are a very aristocratic. He said, no, I am so pleased with your service. He said, no, I have performed my service with no intention at all. And it is said in the scriptures that serving elderly Vaishnavas, elderly Brahmanas like you, one can attain eternal devotion at the lotus feet of Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna. So in this way he rejected the offer. And the Chaitanya Charitamrita describes that this younger Brahmana, with utmost sincerity, was trying to explain the elder Brahmana, look, I am a Brahmana, but I belong to a family which is very poor, and I could not go for proper education also. That is why I am not qualified, and you are not the alone who can decide about your daughter. You have your sons, elderly sons, and then you have your family, you have your community, you have your society. They will all not accept it, and it's not required. Then the elder Brahmana it is said sometime, in holy places, everyone is in ecstasy. In the material they say now, Josh mein hosh kho baithe hai. So sometimes, when you go to the holy places, the ecstasy is so high that I've seen some devotees, they come for the yatra, and in the yatra they get up at 3 o'clock, they sleep at 10 o'clock, and then after the yatra they're not seen again. After the yatra they're not seen again, sometimes it happens. So now, the younger Brahmana with utmost sincerity was refusing this. But the elder Brahmana was adamant upon it. So the younger Brahmana said, okay, fine, I'll accept it, but now you have to make sure that you are giving me a vow. You are offering me a daughter mentally right now here in the holy place, in Vrindavan Dham, in front of Lord Gopal. So you make sure you keep your word. I said, my daughter is my property. Rest assured, you just don't worry about anything else. Rest assured, you don't worry about anything else. So they go back and they have their journey back again to Vidyanagari. And then the elder Brahmana was busy in his life, the younger one was busy in his life. But both of them had one thing in the mind. One had that I have to give my daughter, other had what? I have to get married. Marriage is, Prabhupada says in one of the lectures, marriage is like a, and you know what is that? Prabhupada gives example. Mataji knows it. Dilli ka laddu. Dilli ka laddu. Only a married person can understand what I am telling. All you brahmacharis are so fortunate. You cannot imagine how fortunate and how happy you are. How happy you are. All my contemporaries married are having, they all are showing their teeth. You see Yagyapati Prabhu, this Prabhu, Prabhu's hiding his teeth, but he's also smiling. Everyone so nice. Yeah. Voluntarily admitting. So, as I was mentioning, both of them had this in the mind. So, one day, after waiting for a while, for 10-15 days, the younger Brahmana went. He didn't go, but he was thinking, I should go now. By then, the elder Brahmana, as I said, in the yatra you have renunciation. When you go back home, then everything is set, the scene is set back, the scene is set back to the material world. Like sometimes, I remember Radheshwampa used to say, sometimes some grahasthas, they would, in the yatra, they would dance, and they will so much in ecstasy. They'll get up, leave the family in the morning, whole day be in the yatra only. And the wife would go back home and say, yatra mein to bahut. She wants to go for a shopping, she wants to see his family members. The husband is tired. The wife says, yatra mein to aap kood rahe the, naach rahe the, uske prasad bhi serve kar rahe the. पूरा रात भर दिन भर रात भर प्रसाद कर रहे थे. मेरे को अगर जाना तो बस आप थक गए, आपकी कमर टूट गई. So when the man sat back, when the elder Brahmana went back to the home, he was back into the same scene as usual. The wife is busy, the sons are busy. So then he called everyone together and told finally. He developed courage that no, I have given a vow in the holy place, and I have committed this to a Brahmana in front of Gopal. In front of Gopal. So then he tells his family that I went for this yatra, and this beautiful Brahmana, he served me with such much sincerity, and I have now committed to him our daughter in marriage. The wife immediately refused, and all the family members said, not possible. Not possible. That Brahmana said, this is a low class. How can you even imagine about it? How can you even think about it? But then the elder Brahmana, with great sincerity, because he's a very sincere devotee of the Lord, with great sincerity, he was again and again trying to convince the family members. Finally, the wife and the brother's son said that, yes, you can do that. We have no objection after we die. After we die. So the the Brahmana was so depressed and he was so much of a pressure, Many times you have this, because somehow or other the men's body is designed in such a way that as soon as he comes in across a sadhu, he develops renunciation, and women's psychology and mind is also designed in such a way that when they see their husband or my man is becoming detached, they have more anxiety, That's how the Lord has made everyone, So, this Brahmana was very disturbed, but still in the heart he was very sincerely praying. Very, very sincerely praying to Gopal that, no, my Lord, I have committed to you, and I have committed in the holy place. I have committed in the yatra. Please give me the strength. Again he puts an attempt, but the family refuses again. He said, but how can I say no? He said, don't worry. Who was there when you gave him this word? Was there anyone? He said, there was nobody except Gopal. So why are you worried? He said, don't be in anxiety. If in case he comes and he is coming and requesting you for our sister's hand, you just leave it. You just tell him that when I don't remember, you just tell this much. Rest, I will handle. The son says, you only say what? When I don't remember, rest, I will handle. So it happened. The plan was made already, but the elder Brahmana was not convinced. His heart. Finally, the younger Brahmana, who unfortunately, by force in his mind, the Delhi ka laddu was put already. He didn't want it, but he was already having this in the mind that I have to get married. So he comes to the house of the elderly Brahmana. So the son recognizes him and he keeps a stick ready. The father, the elder Brahmana comes, and then the conversation begins that how are you, and they have some warm exchanges, and then the younger Brahmana comes to the point that if you remember that you gave me a word that you will give your daughter in front of Gopal. So before he could say anything, the elder son takes the stick and chases this Brahmana away. Chases the Brahmana away. So then the Brahmana goes to the village sarpanch. Village sarpanch, Now the whole family, sarpanch, or generally in villages there is sarpanch, or if you are a migrant, there is samaj, right? Correct, no? All of you know about this? Hum log ka samaj hai. Everyone will have some samaj, no? Correct? So then he went to the village sarpanch, and then he explained the whole episode, what happened, how they went for a journey, how he actually did not want it to get married to the daughter, but then in the dham, in front of the Lord, this Brahmana insisted, so I accepted this offer. Now that it has been accepted, he should fulfill his word. So even for the people it is not a usual story. As I said, no, it doesn't happen in yatras generally. People become more serious in spiritual life. We never see anyone writing of his house or writing of his daughter in a yatra. So even the villagers, sarpanch fellows were a little surprised, but still they saw one thing, that this Brahmana has such innocence and sincerity and faith on three things. One, that the word was given in the holy place. Second, we are Brahmanas. Third, the Lord was present there as a Sakshi. So how we can reject this whole thing? So with that innocence and sincerity, with that innocence and sincerity, this fellow was requesting the Samaj, Sarpanch people to come and close the whole issue. So they called the elderly Brahmana and the whole family. Elderly Brahmana and the whole family. So as mentioned, the conversation happens, and they ask him that, they finally ask the elderly Brahmana, did you give the word to this Brahmana to give your daughter to him? So the elderly Brahmana, out of the pressure from his family, he actually said, I exactly don't remember. What does he say? I exactly don't remember. And immediately the son gets up. I said, look, not only that, my father doesn't remember because he has not given the word. Second thing is, my father was carrying some gold and money also, which is missing, which is not come back with him. We are sure this fellow, a poor Brahmana, road-sharp fellow, he actually understood that my father had gold and money. If he gets married to our sister, what all he will get. That was his plan. My dear Lord, he tells all the members of the assembly that we don't agree with this fellow. He's the number one crook, he's number one cheater. By that time, this Brahmana has tears in his eyes, tears in his eyes. The seeing the situation, seeing how people are in this world. Prabhupada also many times mentions like this, out of attachment in this material world, people are ready to go to any extent. And when people were very God conscious few hundred years ago, how the life was, how life was centered around the Supreme Lord. And our scriptures and Prabhupada's teachings, they teach us that all this is based on education from the childhood. The way we are brought up, the kind of culture we come up from, the kind of education we take, that actually, one thing is the kind of food we eat makes our external body, right? Isn't it true? It shapes up our body. And then also, by karma, we have to resemble according to mother and father, right? Or some family member. Isn't it true? So that is what one of the things which happens. All of you agree, no? And then, but along with that psychology, consciousness and mindset also comes. And that is a very important teaching here. If you don't associate very deeply, of course, for us though, thanks to the Britishers, that they have destroyed, not thanks, but they have destroyed the complete Vedic culture. Completely. Now we come up from an education system where the child is born, only parents decide doctor or engineer. Doctor or engineer. And then the child is grown up in such a way, and whole psychology of upbringing of a child is only one thing. Earn money, have a secure financial life, get married, or settle ho jao. God consciousness, spiritual values, they don't exist. They exist when you suddenly see a temple. That's it. Only that much that exists. No education about God. And there is some education based on completely karma kanda. That if you go there, this good will happen to us. Isn't it true? Only that is education. Spiritual education today in Hinduism only means if you go to God, you will get something, or you can gain something, you can pray what you want. There is never an education wherein you are educated to ask the Lord, my dear Lord, whatever I have, you have given it. And today I want to ask you, why did you give me all this? There is no education system like, is it? Is there? No. Lord is dena and win lena. That's it. That's the education system. And that kind of society, that kind of environment, it leads to a Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to say, having a human birth and not having developed devotion to the Lord and His devotees and His teachings. Having a human birth, not having faith on the Lord, His devotees and His teachings, it's better to have an animal birth. It's better to have an animal birth. Because animal will act like an animal. But if a human acts like an animal, it's horrible, no? Horrible. Eating, sleeping, mating and defending. So, this weakness which the Brahmana's family had, elder Brahmana, it was completely based on mundane calculation, education, money and status. Isn't it true? Totally based on that. That is why when myself and Narottam Chaitanya, we started preaching, no, we had a very clear principle. Many devotees come to me and meet me, Prabhuji, हमारी एक बेटी है, शादी कराना है. Narottam knows what I say. I have a very nice devotee, but he doesn't have money, he is not educated, he doesn't have a house, and doesn't look also so good. But I can assure you two things. He will take care of your daughter, and is a devotee of the Lord, and he will dedicate his life. 99% people don't come back to me only. 99% people. They see me also in the temple. You know, sometimes you don't want to meet a person, you act as if you didn't see him. You know, you have not even seen him, right? Sometimes, and that's what I'm experiencing last 10 years, you know. Because this is a very important aspect, that our thought process, our consciousness should evolve to a point where we make decisions in our life completely based on what the scriptures say. What the scriptures say. And I mean, I have tried to preach a lot, you know. That's one of the reasons we try to preach less to already married people. Because very difficult. All this is very, before marriage you can preach strongly. After marriage, my God. There used to be one devotee, I will not take his name. So, his father was against his becoming a devotee and against getting married to a devotee. So, Narottam Prabhu brought him to me. So, I am a little upfronty. All of you know, who knows me personally. I am a little... And I was also newly married. I am talking something about like 2011. Narottam Prabhu, when you started congregation preaching? 12, yeah. So, hardly 3-4 years of marriage, I also, you know. So I didn't know how to counsel family members, the emotions. I just came out of brahmachari life, and until Narottam Prabhu started preaching, I never interacted with any other families except my own wife. So that man came and he said that, Prabhu, this is the problem that I asked him that. I heard his whole story. Narottam Prabhu will remember. I will not take the name. So I asked him that, how old is your father? How long he will live? Thak karke caught his hat in heart. Prabhuji, no, you remember? Huh? He caught his, no, my God, no, my father is healthy, he said. I said, no. Then I saw, my God, how sensitive with these things, you know. I never had this experience only. I thought, पिताजी ज़्यादा old है तो उसको बोलेंगे 2-3 रुक जा चले जाएंगे कर लेना शादी. I thought I'll tell him like this, you know. बोल देंगे क्या हो गया. But then I realized, my God, it's so, you know, powerful, all these things are, you know. Then I slowly actually learned, you know, how you have to be a little conscious and cautious, and you have to hit at the right place at the right time, not any time, especially to the married people, you know. And for the brahmacharis, there was no issues only, you know. There's happy life. That's one very great fortune, you know. Anyone who accepts Grihastha ashram after taking a brahmachari ashram, he already has tasted something higher than the family life, something higher than the sex life, something higher than the social responsibility, family images. They have tasted something higher than that. Where? On the streets, by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And then you just have to be with the current. Even if brahmacharis get married, you just have to strongly be with the current. So anyways, coming back to the story. I just was contemplating, you know, when I was reading this story, I read it a couple of times. When I was contemplating that, then I understood, wow, if you try to analyze the weakness of the whole elderly Brahmana's family was completely based on the mundane approach to the spiritual life. Mundane approach. And today, this is a story, 500-600 years old story actually. If it was then, what to speak about now in form of land, investment, policies, what we call? Insurance, Mediclaim, what all is not there to hook your mind, you know. And it is so amazing now. Many devotees have met me. I tell, Ajao, फुल टाइम आ जाओ, वाइफ और हस्बैंड सेवा करेंगे, कोई दिन. Everyone today, especially boys who are working, be cautious. Nowadays, the policies are sold in such a way, they will give you some dream after 30 years and tell you pay 30,000 every month. You are locked in. And then after 3 years, you come across devotees. And devotee will tell, आ जाओ full time serve करो. जैसे प्रभु जी ये पॉलिसी है, 3 साल से मैंने 30,000 दे दिया है और 4 साल देना है. तो अभी अगर नहीं दिया तो वो जाएगा जो दे दिया, समझे? और अगर 4 साल कर लूंगा तो उम्र चला जाएगा सेवा देने का. This is the recent thing which we are coming. Right now, recent thing. Such a plan to lock a living entity to suffer in this material world, you know. We just need some food to eat, a place to stay. That's it. No industry, no education system is producing grains. Grains are coming from the earth. It belongs to, the Prabhupada says, no, India and China is fighting for a piece of land where you cannot grow anything. You cannot grow anything. And I said, kings have died fighting for a piece of a land, and they have gone, the land is still there. Nobody carried the land. So the land gives food when it rains. No ancestral property is rain and, eternal land. Isn't it true? Son will earn, father will lose it. Father will earn, son will lose it. That is going on in this world. That's going on. So, but all this is presented to us as a complete truth. This is only because of association of the people who are living in this consciousness. That is why these yatras, by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also came for yatra like this, to make us realize that this untruth is killing us every day. And truth is this. You imagine when you're sitting in a dham here, what's your life last 1 week, last 4 days? You never have such a life. From morning to evening, you're anxiety free. Do you have this life in the cities? No, you don't have it. And what we are offering is lifetime package. Through the yatras, we are offering a lifetime package, a lifetime package. So, this elder Brahmana's family, they said that, if, finally the conclusion was, if Gopal, they asked the younger Brahmana, that what is the evidence? He said, who was there? He said, Gopal was there. Gopal was there. In front of Gopal, he gave the vow that he'll give me his daughter. I told him. Then the Brahmana tells the stories. I never wanted this daughter to get married to. He offered me in front of Gopal. Then the elder son very smartly says, okay, fine, can Gopal come to give me the witness? He said, definitely Gopal will come. I will go and bring him. Definitely Gopal will come. So then the sons felt that, ye to pagal phas gaya. He proper phas gaya. Then the son concluded the meeting that, let Gopal come and say that my father gave a word, we'll do a marriage dhoom dham se. And see, the beauty of a Vaishnava is such that without any doubt, see, this is another very big teaching. Another very big teaching. First thing is the impact. If I tell you this story before you being a devotee, you will see that pagal hai ye log, hai na? Kuch bhi bolte hain. But when you come and sit with devotees, come to Holy Dham, chant the Lord's holy name, read some scriptures, something which was untruth, superficial to you becomes truth and start touching your heart. Correct? And imagine that Brahmana, how much faith he had. He said, I'll go and bring Gopal. Gopal will come and then he will speak. And he goes, straight goes to Vrindavan, stands in front of Gopal. And with tears in his eyes, he says, my Lord, if you remember, I had come to you with this Brahmana, and in front of you, he gave me the vow, and I told you, you are speaking in front of you. Today, you come with me and speak in front of the villagers. You become the Shakshi. You become the Shakshi of this whole episode between me and the elderly Brahmana. And with tears, he's actually crying. Now he cries to the Lord in this way. The Lord waits for a while and doesn't respond. And then the Lord after seeing his sincere, you heard the story that in Alarnath, the boy sincerely praying for the Lord to eat. So in a similar way, this Brahman actually, he prays to the Lord and cries. And the Lord tells him first that I will, you go there and pray to me, I will manifest. So he said, my Lord, you have so many forms. You may manifest in the 400 form, any other form, they will not accept. You only have to come. So then, the Lord tells him, it's there in the CC, Krishna kahe pratima chale kotana shuni Vipra bole pratima hanya kaha kinavani. The Lord says, have you ever heard a deity walking? Have you ever heard a deity walking? Krishna is telling. He smiles with tears in his eyes. If you can speak, why you cannot walk? If you can speak, why you cannot walk? The Lord is sold out to such devotion actually. The Lord, when a sadhaka, when a sincere practitioner puts faith and tries to follow something very difficult, actually only to such situation Lord's attention is guaranteed to go. Understand? Any situation where a sincere devotee is taking difficulty in the mission of the Lord or in practice of devotional service, only in that places the Lord's attention is guaranteed actually. So the Lord was sold out to his faith and his innocence. It's all this is beyond science and logic, you know. So then the Lord said, okay, fine, you carry some rice with you and don't turn back. Walk in the front, I will walk behind you. And the moment you turn back, I will not move from there. And the Lord had an ankle bill. So from Vidyanagari, it is said in somewhere in South India it was. No, from Vrindavan, I'm sorry. From Vrindavan to Vidyanagari. The Lord traveled and then he traveled every day 1 kg of rice. This Brahmana would feed the cook and feed the Lord, offer it to the Lord. Whatever would left he would take and they would travel in this way. And when they came to the village nearby, the Brahmana was in so much ecstasy that he turned back and now he felt that now the Lord has come very close by. Let me turn back, pay him obeisances, tell him to stay back and call all the villagers. He turned back to the Lord and Lord stood there. He said, now I cannot move any more further. Then he goes and calls all the villagers. And the villagers come and they were shocked to see, because if you see in South India, if you went for the South, you don't see, Krishna's deities there. There you have mostly Vishnu or Lord Rama, Chaturbhuj or Lord Rama. So for the South Indians, they were like enchanted to see the beauty of Lord Gopal. And then whole village came and the Lord became a Shakshi and told in front of everyone, these two personalities had come to my temple in Vrindavan. And in front of me, this elderly Brahmana agreed to get his daughter married to this younger Brahmana. I am witness to it. I am witness to it. From then, the deity was known as, from Gopal to Sakshi Gopal. A great ceremony was performed, marriage ceremony. And these both Brahmana and Brahmani were married. And then after that, the Lord had to go back to Vrindavan. And the Lord was so pleased with both the Brahmana and Brahmani, the Brahman and the elder and the youngerly Brahman, because it is said that, see, that's one of the teaching, that what I told about the family situation, the material world is difficult. I don't mean that we can just cross this overnight. प्रभु ने जो बोल दिया कल से हंगामा घर पे, ऐसा नहीं हो सकता है. But this Brahmana was praying in his heart continuously, elderly Brahmana, sincerely repenting, desiring to follow, fulfill the words. So that is where also the Lord reciprocated. And then the Lord told both of them, I am very pleased with both of you. Tell me what you want from me. Which boon you want? They said, we don't want anything. We want you to live here. You please reside here and we will serve you. And then the Lord agreed and he stayed there. The Lord agreed and he stayed there. Now, the kings of Puri, especially the devotees of Lord Jagannath, the kings, they have another great history. They would go out and conquer various kingdoms whenever there were difficulties or rebellion, and they would find out which is the most prominent spiritual deity there, and they will bring the deity in the assembly of Lord Jagannath. My Lord, I went there and I got this Lord for you. So you have heard about a Kashi Ganesh ji, and then you heard about Radhakant ji. Similarly, King Purushottam Dev actually had attacked once with Vidyanagari, and from there he lifted and brought Gopal, Sakshi Gopal. When he also, heard the story, definitely, because it's before. And then he brought the deity. It is said that it was at Cuttack. Then later on, because of the difficulties of Mughal attack, King Purushottam Dev or Pratap Buddha, they built this temple and kept the Lord here, close by, in their supervision. It is said the queen, the wife of Purushottam Dev, she was so attached to this beauty of Sakshi Gopal, said one day she had got a very beautiful pearl necklace on the nose. For the nose. So that day when she looked at it, she had a dream that if at all Gopal had a hole in his nose, I would actually put it on him for his shingar. When she slept in the night, Sakshi Gopal came into a dream. He said, in my childhood, to decorate me and make me more beautiful, Mother Yashoda has pierced my nose. If you say it is there, you can put the pearl on me. And the next day when she goes, see, the Lord had that hole. And then that's where the deity had reciprocated to even the wife of King Purushottam Dev. So in this way, there are so many, all these beautiful pastimes, they all are there to teach us that how a human life is very precious and it is meant to perform devotion. It is meant to perform, it is meant to preach. It is meant to hear about the glories of the Lord. It is meant to perform. It is meant to, human body is meant to travel to the holy places, and worship the Lord, take darshan of the Lord. Human life is meant to go back home, back to Godhead. And human life is meant to perfect our material existence. Millions of life we are suffering. Taking births in so many bodies. But when we come to human life, here we can perfect. By chanting, by hearing Krishna Katha, by chanting about Krishna's name. And there are two missions in this material world. One mission is to identify yourself with the body and consider this world to be truth and live in this world according to the flow of this world. And second mission is to understand that human life is very precious. Perfection of human life is to go back home, back to Godhead. And whatever it is required to perfect human life, one should do. That is why one of my friend is there, Yaduraj Prabhu. He's also a teacher in the Gurukul. So there are 5 brothers and the eldest brother is he. They're not coming from a very financially well-to-do family. But the father took away the eldest son, put him in the Gurukul and did not meet him for 12 years. 12 years. And then it so happened that when I was in Mayapur, he also happened to come to meet his son. So in the conversation, because I am so impressed with this devotee, I asked him that, how did you, because your eldest son has such wonderful qualities, how did you decide to give him to the Gurukul and let him serve the mission? He could be with you also and be a devotee. What he told me was a big stroke in my heart, a big punch for my life. He told me that I did not have the fortune to become a devotee when I was small. My parents did not make me a devotee. But after I became a devotee, I had to go through a lot of difficulties because I was not coming from a background of a devotee family. And I did not wanted my son to suffer with that. It's an amazing point, no? I did not wanted my son to suffer what I am suffering. Suffer what? I am suffering. I am suffering, understanding after hearing everything that, no, my bank balance is truth, my property is truth, my mediclaim is truth, hospital near my house is truth, all this is truth for me, you know. And Krishna consciousness is giving me some happiness, and I will also be Krishna conscious, and I am not agreeing. Bhakti to main hu hi, bhakti to main nahi chhod raha hu. I don't want my son to suffer with this. So that is what this, you know, spiritual life all about, this association of Vaishnavas all about. Hare Krishna, Shri Sakshi Gopal ki, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaura Premanande.